So, I've just finished watching Count Dankula's video on his second channel, which is Electric Boogaloo 2, and he made a video on this as well, talking about that the UK police have been told to basically stop arresting people. Kind of thought that was the whole point of the police, but again, when's the police ever functioned? Like, fucking give me a time and date and I'll say no to that for sure. But yes, we have this little news article right here. Now, I've already read through this twice. I'm not going to read it all out. I don't want this video to be 20-30 minutes long. Let's keep it under 10 minutes, hopefully. So I'm going to boil it down to a simple setup. The British state has given up on keeping us safe. Wow, what a surprise. People start arming yourself. Trust me, the fucking Boogaloo is coming. But yeah, start arming yourself. The police aren't coming. They won't protect you. It's up to you to now save your life. When someone comes knocking at 3 in the morning, you better be rocking. But yes, I'm not surprised by this in any way, shape or form. This has all came about because apparently British prisons are absolutely beyond filled to the brim, and there's no more space for new criminals or re-offenders who keep constantly getting themselves sent back to jail. So their solution to this is not to build new prisons, is maybe not to release the people who said spicy words on Twitter and just let them all go, to free up space for legitimate criminals, not the innocent who just have spicy opinions. Nope, it is to basically tell the police to stop doing their job while they're doing their job, which is a paradox. But again, as I keep saying, all these people are paradox people. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this in any way, shape or form. We've seen evidence of this starting to creep up on us. I mean, I think it was during the October, November, December-ish period of last year that the Scottish police announced that they will no longer be investigating any crimes that has no CCTV footage or no eyewitnesses. And again, we saw down in Sussex very recently that white people are not a protected group of people as well, and the police are just starting to basically, in one way, take their knee off of crime, but when it comes to the most idiotic, most mildest, salt level of spicy offences, they'll still gun for those people, like people who commit hate speech, for example, which I disagree with 100%. So yeah, this is just sending out a message to the local criminals throughout the whole of the UK that it's turning into the Podge, essentially. And I think this is all coming down to that the UK is absolutely fucking collapsing right now as we speak. There's no money in any way, shape or form. The NHS is... I don't know if the NHS is just passed on and we're just still, we're still doing chest compressions on it, trying to revive something that is blatantly dead, but the NHS is absolutely fucked. All health services are just fucked as a whole. The policing's fucked as well. Support for vulnerable people is fucked. Everything in the UK is fucked, and I think this is another sign of it. The UK is running out of money. It's going to fucking collapse in the next 2 or 3 years, in my honest opinion. But this is, I've seen evidence of this out in the streets as well. Crime is absolutely skyrocketing. Burglaries are not getting solved in the UK whatsoever. And in terms of SA crimes, they just keep getting let go because I think the whole justice system is full of nonsense myself, to be quite honest with you. See if you look up in Scotland, the amount of people who have done the most heinous shit to kids, just let them go scot-free, pardon the pun, and this is just going on and on and on. People are not going to jail for actual crimes, but again, hate crimes or hate speech, yep, you're off to jail instantly as well. Am I the only one who's noticed that kind of like shopping thefts have skyrocketed? I've seen a lot of supermarkets start upgrading their security as well, because obviously the police aren't showing up, so they've got to take matters into their own hands, essentially. The Asda near me and the Morrisons now have trolleys that lock up if something goes off while you go through the detectors in the entrance, whether you're going in or out the shop, which is 50% of the time, because those things have never worked for the 20 plus years that I've been going to supermarkets. And also they've been putting webcams in the self-checkout so it records your face, so if you commit a crime like shoplifting, then they've got your face essentially, which I kind of disagree with because that's quite an invasive part of your personal space. Understand these places always has CCTV inside and outside, but right up in your face with the webcam down in the bottom left corner like a Twitch live stream. I don't like it, but they've started upgrading their security like that. And also something that my local Lidl has never done until about a month ago is they have about 2 to 3 security guards working in there for a really small Lidl. Like, it's not a big ginormous huge supermarket. Don't get me wrong, you can do your weekly shopping in there if you wanted to, but I've seen far bigger Lidls before, and there's 3 security guards, and every time that I go in, I can feel them watching me and follow me through the aisles, and every time I turn around they go, "Ha, got you." Yeah, they're right there just staring at me. And I think they're doing it to a lot of younger people as well, not just myself. Yeah, this is only going to get worse and worse. This is the catch-22. They put out, you know, an article like this. Criminals see this, or just people just go, well, I'm going to start doing this if I'm not going to get arrested. Then again, they start getting maybe arrested if they're very unlucky, but they can't go to jail because the prisons are too full because they keep arresting too many people for stupid things, so they've got to let them go. It's just an absolute unwinnable situation, and honestly, they really do need to be building new prison systems throughout the whole of the UK, but we also need to be looking at why is crime gone up, and I think it's because the police here in the UK are the biggest poofs on the planet. Who fears the UK police? They don't even show up with tasers anymore, really. They don't have any firearms. They show up, and it's always diversity hires that just could not fight their way out of sleep. They couldn't even beat their own shadow up, and that's who's coming up to save your life potentially if they bother to arrive. The only thing I can say to you going forward is that this is only going to get worse with crime. It's going to get so much worse. I mean, burglaries throughout the whole of the UK has absolutely fucking skyrocketed. I think there's places like Leeds that have not solved a burglary since 2017 or 2018. No, sorry, scratch that. They've not investigated a burglary since those years whatsoever. Car thefts are up. I mean, how many times do you hear somewhere in the UK some kid gets stabbed outside of his high school by Mohammed Khalim type of fucking names? It's never Keith from Lancaster, as I like to say. It's never Keith from Lancaster. It's always one of these fuckers. People are just getting stabbed. People are just getting absolutely mugged. People are getting sexually assaulted all the time. Burglaries are going up. Car thefts are going up. Random attacks in the streets are just going up. And yeah, the police are not coming to save you. And also, as I've mentioned a few times in previous videos, 1/3 of all police officers will retire in the next 2 years. That is a fact. So if the police right now are broken, when that happens, they will be atomized. There will be literally nothing left to save the people of the UK. There's, you know, a lot of emergency service workers are realizing they pay shit, the treatment shit, and they're literally just depressed and suicidal, and they just want to quit. And honestly, I kind of don't blame them. Again, NHS staffs are just quitting like crazy. Police are just quitting. People are just quitting the most fundamental parts of keeping our country safe and keeping us alive. So once that's gone, it's going to start becoming the Hunger Games. It's going to start becoming the Walking Dead here in the UK. So my advice to you is arm yourself. Nobody is coming to save you anymore. The police are fucked. If anyone breaks into your house, you can phone the police. They may or may not show up, but even if they do show up, until that time of when they do show up, if you're lucky enough, it is up to you to defend yourself, because the police cannot magically teleport into your house to save you and your family's life. Please start arming yourself. But yeah, I'll wrap the video up there. Thank you very much for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. I've got a few more videos getting uploaded very soon, so if you could like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, that'd be greatly appreciated. We're so close to 1,000 subs. We're about 30 away. If you could leave a comment down below as well if you agree or disagree, or you want me to cover any topic in future videos. The more interactions, the more likes, the more shares, the more comments, the better my videos does overall. So if you can help to support me, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you really want some beyond Carolina Reaper level of spicy opinions, go follow me over on Twitter at rant-A-holic. There'll be a link in the pinned top comment. But yeah, I love yous all, and as always, keep on rolling. And remember, start arming yourself. Crime has no law to fucking control it anymore. Start arming yourself.